Okay, mic should be on. Is be fine, dandy. Let's give you the text, which is this, that. There we go. Now front on board. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Right, we're back for some more Ace Attorney. It's the other half of the investigation of the final case. I did have a quick glance at the walkthrough, title, research, and all that. This one looks shorter, unless I was misreading it. You're not correcting me, so I must be right.
It's like, the other one also doesn't look that much, but it's just, it's like this one talking like this in one point, and that's like 5 minutes of actual talking usually.
Yeah, it's like this looks like more straightforward compared to the first half, so maybe we'll get to the trial part shortly after, at least half an hour later.
Yeah, maybe it's just... Yeah, we'll see.
We'll find out. It's the screen share. There you go.
Also, my life improved when I figured out I can just open the Discord overlay like for the sharing ahead of time and just prepare that.
Ah! Efficiency. Fuck you, Discord. Yeah. Oh, I guess I can say on my end for trying to fix Discord, I figured out how to remove those stupid activity cards on the right side of Discord because I hate those. They're pointless. They fill up space for no reason.
Even when you do this.
Whenever anyone's playing a game, there's this new little tab on the top right next to all the profiles and all that. There's activity cards for playing games. That's literally just filling up space because that's all like past information, not current. So it's not really useful at all. Yeah, you can turn those off. Those should be off in our servers right now. At least our active servers. So you're welcome.
Oh wait, you did it for all the servers we are in together.
Just the current active ones we were in.
It's like I was just trying to be. Oh yeah, it's like it's like I guess like wait, which screen were they? Like I thought they were here, but now I didn't see it anymore. It's like
I removed it.
Thanks. It's past 9 p.m. already, isn't it? Yeah. And just as I did this, I messed up my...
Your perfect setup.
Yeah, it's like... No, I tapped out and then I had the Windows button and I clicked on it and then accidentally double-clicked.
And now everything is gone.
I wonder if Mr. Edgeworth has already found Mystic Maya.
These things take time. I'd say probably not. The police are professionals, Prowls. They'll find her, so don't you worry. And if we can win a not guilty verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay.
You're right.
So, the real person who killed Mr. Corrida was...
That assassin, Mr. Shelley the Killer, right?
And the card Miss Andrews found at the crime scene seems to be proof of that. But if that's the case, then a new question comes to mind. Who was the one that hired to kill to begin with? Who is his client?
You mean who asked for the murder?
That person didn't want to dirty their own hands in blood. But whoever this client is, they're still a killer.
I wonder what the real legal precedence is if you hire an assassin. Like, it cannot be the same as murder, right?
It's a whole grey hole, grey loophole. That's the whole reason why assassins exist in the first place, so that people who want someone dead don't end up being guilty.
Yeah.
That is the whole point and purpose of assassins.
But it's like, if you think about like what's the worst case, if you plan to murder somebody and do it, or if you just tell somebody to do it and hire them.
Well,
like,
then
it becomes bad, but
it becomes a rabbit hole. But basically, I imagine the way they need to get this solved is find the person who ordered the assassination, evidence to indicate the conclusion to leading to wanting to ask for the murder, basically. But that just basically draws out the whole problem, pretty much.
Yeah.
The whole point of it is to make the problem more complicated.
Who could have hired the assassin? You think it was Miss Andrews?
wonder, if she was the client, then why go through the effort to stab the knife into the corpse herself?
But if Miss Andrews wasn't the client, then no, it can't be.
Matt Engarde himself?
But if Mr. Engarde really did hire the assassin,
He is not innocent at all. Far from it, he would be guilty of the crime.
but it can't be Mr. Engarde, right? Wait, when you first talked with him?
Mr. Engarde, I'd like to ask you one more question. Did you kill Mr. Juan Corrida?
Alright, just so we're clear, dude. I didn't kill anyone, and that includes Juan Corrida, okay?
Can't be guilty of lying if you yourself was telling the truth.
This is
Like,
you know,
this
also
is
the
a-
problem with.
This is a big ass loophole.
Yeah. Like, he did not lie, even if he hired him.
I mean,
Did
The
you
cor-
remember something, Mr. Nick?
the correct answer is Cyclops should have appeared anyway, because spoilers, he did it because there's literally no one else that could possibly done it.
Yeah.
It's like Cyclops should have appeared anyway, but the fact that it didn't kind of sells more about the character rather than anything else. He himself genuinely thinks, I didn't kill him, that makes me not guilty. He legit has no
Yeah.
guilt about it whatsoever.
I mean, this is also like the funny thing about D&D. There's also Zone of Truth where you cannot tell a lie in it. But saying that wouldn't be a lie. Because, yeah, you did not kill him. You hired somebody to do it. But that's not the same as killing it yourself. And then there's also, like, funny thing, like, if someone is truly convinced, for example, that the Earth is flat, them saying the Earth is flat would not be allowed. They would be able to say it on the Son of Truth because that's what they think is the truth. Because it's just based on if you lie or not, and not about universal truths.
It's like the loophole bullshit of, oh no, I didn't kill him, the gun killed him. See? it's that level of bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something Miss Andrews said at the trial today. She said something interesting.
So what is this something interesting?
Oh, that's right. You didn't hear it, did you, Pearls?
Ron has bet everything on the Jamming Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyways. It looked like somehow Ron had in his hand a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Mr. Engarde's secret? What is the secret?
I don't know yet, but for now, let's think about it this way. Mr. Corrida was going to reveal this secret. That means Mr. Engarde had plenty of motive to have Mr. Corrida silenced. Which means we have to meet with Mr. Engarde. There's no way around it now. Now we know where we're going, so let's go.
Yeah. Oh, it's really getting late, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
I mean, it's only 9. It's not that late. Still time to do something in an hour.
And yes, and was like, oh my god, I better should get home and go to sleep.
No, I always get...
Yeah.
We're finding ways to derail us. I'm always finding ways to just, like, draw out that 9-hour tick, pretty much, to 10 for me, before I go to bed. And that usually depends whether or not I'm currently playing a game or not. If I'm not, I'll just do something that'll fill an hour. But if I'm currently playing the game, then I'll make sure I get that hour's worth. But I can't, for some reason, pick up a quick game if I'm not playing a game. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's like I don't really have enough time to fully do this. It's just be like 20 minutes, but it's like, nah, better, no. And then you just watch YouTube videos for that amount of time anyways.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I don't get you.
It's like I'm already. If the game's already up and running, now I'm already gonna take that extra hour. Fuck it. I'll just keep going. We still have some things to prepare for tomorrow's trial. Still the matter of the secret Mr. Corda held about Mr. Engarde. Miss Andrews' real intentions. These are two things I must know tonight.
But aren't visiting hours over at the detention center?
I'm sure we'll think of something, Pearls. Don't you worry. I'll just break in. No one will notice. Hey, wait!
What is it, little whippersnapper? Okay, I know it's nothing that has anything to do with you is ever got. Like just now, I was handed a strange device for no what reason. And I was told to use it to search the whole hotel.
That's the bug sweeper, isn't it? The one Gumshoe made?
I don't know, and frankly, I don't care. But the request came from Edgy Poo, so...
Edgeworth?
And he said... If you feel angry, direct your anger at that unsophisticated lawyer.
I don't think he said that.
So, I'm going to feel free and direct all my anger towards you.
Ugh. Gee, thanks a bundle, Edgeworth. What a pal you are.
Also, I kind of, because we were putting a bit on the stream, imagine that I really like that Gumshoe actually is really good with technology and has something that is actually just plain capable in.
Yeah,
it's not just...
It's nice to give him something that isn't always being kicked down on the dirt, pretty much.
Yeah. Because making one in school is actually impressive. It's like...
Closest I ever done was a bit of a cheat, but I had one of those like radio box kits. Technically, thing was, it was more just like, here's how wires work to make this radio work. Pretty much, it's like all the tech was under the box, basically. All I was doing was connecting the wires.
Did you have to just connect them, or
it was?
I have to look it up because I never had to use this in English.
Transceiver.
I had to solder.
No. They're literally just like wires you just click in to insert. Okay. That's it. It wasn't that advanced.
That's cool. This is absolutely top secret, so you had better keep it to yourself. I heard they found a spy camera hidden in one of the presents.
Very interesting.
I'm sure it was, it was to catch Puran in the middle of a scandalous meeting. Scandalous? What's that? It means, well, that gossip that's been going around about my dear Juan.
Oh, you mean that thing about Miss Andrews? But I'm sure she must have had some reason for getting close to Mr. Corida.
I'll let you in another secret, youngin. I know who planted that spy camera. It was that obnoxious, puffy-haired photographer girl. The nerve of some people. Spying on people by herself. As if it wouldn't want to see it for myself too.
Wow, the alien actually admitted her true intentions for a change.
I don't know exactly what you're thinking exactly, but I bet that it's nothing good.
But I didn't say anything. I bet he's got that thinking pose look when he's, doing something that mentally hard.
So, you want to know about Ron and that manager, right? Actually, as I hear it, there is something of a refreshing paradox too.
Oh?
I tell you, I'm really welcome that manager with open arms, I heard. That manager, what are you talking about? You don't know? The manager woman, Ron had. It's a shame she killed herself though.
Oh, you're talking about Miss Celeste Impacts. Miss Andrews' mentor, right?
Yes, that's the one. That's the last girl. She was supposed to get married,
Married? You mean to Mr. Corida?
Really, you're young kids today. Don't know anything, do you?
Well, it's not our business, for starters.
get us there 3 days after the marriage announcement.
3 days after the marriage announcement? What in the...
I heard Miss Impex want to kill herself. She was going to get married. But that's because he was thrown away, you see. Run.
What?
But we were going to get married, right? They promised each other, right?
Why do I get the feeling it's one of those arranged marriages or some bullshit?
I think it's not that, but
something around that degree. You don't... there's gotta be a good reason. I'm blanking on what it is.
There was... Yeah. Also, I just now realized that Opel is also married.
I question if she still is right now.
Yeah. True. Good for you. They had a grand announcement session, but 3 days later, John suddenly cancelled the marriage. Well,
is that true?
it was in the weekly magazines. But why? Why did he do that? It was not in the magazines, unfortunately.
I see.
That night after Ryan called off the wedding, the manager, Celeste, killed herself.
How terrible.
I wonder what happened between those two.
Oh, okay. Just moving on.
Yeah, you can just move on.
On that night, there must have been the last few hundred people here.
I never saw them.
Nope. I guess the police are done with their questioning, investigating. It looks like things here in the lobby finally calmed down. Yeah, sure, we still left the equipment here for some reason.
So you need to move to Criminal Affairs Department first.
Okay, I guess we're calling in a favor.
Yeah. It feels sort of tense in here, doesn't it, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, it does. I wonder if something happened. You're Mr. Engarde's lawyer, right? Yes, sir. Oh, we finally found just the person we've been looking for. Real decisive witness. Decisive witness? You mean for the Engarde case? We're taking the witness's statement right now. Gotta hand it to Mr. Edgeworth. What's Edgeworth up to now?
Who's this witness?
I think you know this person quite well, Mr. Lawyer.
The Nick?
Between the kidnapper's demand and now this? Can't see any way to win here. Oh yeah, Mr. Edgeworth wanted me to tell you something. Did? Even though visiting hours are long over at the detention center, he wanted me to grant you special permission, so there you go.
Huh?
I've already called them, so they know. Go on, go talk to your heart's content. Thank you very much.
This is such good news, Mr. Nick.
Go talk to your heart's content? It sounds like the police are pretty sure they have tomorrow's trial in the bag. Pretty sure they could have shoehorned a way to do this so you didn't have to come here. They could have just done it at the detention center or whatever, but whatever.
No, because you have to go to... that's the one justification for criminal affairs.
Yeah, they're at their...
You have to go there first to get to the detention center.
I'm trying to think, it's just like, could you have rewritten the story so you had no reason to actually need to go to criminal affairs? Because it...
Probably.
I think you only need to critically go there 3 times, and even then, one case when you... Yeah, because Gumshoe tries to go to criminal affairs to get the thing he needs, but you end up meeting him at the crime scene, not
like
at criminal affairs.
You could pretty much do all of the hotel entrance or the dining hall thing.
Yeah. Whatever. I guess they implemented criminal affairs just in case, and then it was like, oh shit, we didn't actually need it. Fuck.
Maybe there was more in the first game, but yeah.
I mean, they were probably just making sure they had all the critical locations pre-built into the game anyway, and maybe it was more effort to rewrite the story at this point, so whatever. Sure, they must have transferred Miss Andrews here by now. So that means that both Mr. Engarde and Miss Andrews are in this detention center. Now then, what story do I want to hear?
Engarde's first.
Yep.
Dude, it's Mr. White. I hope you can get me off the hook tomorrow. I'm counting on you.
I hope so too. Edgeworth just dropped a bombshell on me by saying that Juan Corridor was killed by an assassin. That the assassin's client is this man, at Engarde.
What's wrong?
Mr. Engarde, there is something I must know with 100% certainty.
Huh? They seem kind of different. You're totally like not. You're totally not like your usual lawyer dude self.
About the press conference.
You mean the one where Ivan was going to dress up as the Nicholas Samurai?
Yeah, I heard a little more about it from Miss Andrews.
It looked like somehow one had in his hand a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
Could you please fill me in on what this secret is, please? Ooh, a full set of 5. Knew this was coming.
Mr. Hey, don't tell me.
Cyclops.
You said a secret, right? Well, I don't have any idea what it is. Do you, dude?
Sure. Did you know about Mr. Corridor and Miss Andrews' relationship?
Well, it's all over the tabloids, dude. But I don't know any of the details if that's what you mean. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't care what Ron did with his life.
Miss Andrews, she had a purpose in mind when she started seeing Mr. Corridor. Her mentor was Mr. Corridor's manager, and Miss Andrews was going to get Miss Celeste Impact's suicide note from him.
Celeste?
Does that jog any memories?
Dude, the scientist got totally hungry. Yeah, for a pizza. My treat.
I don't think legally you can do that.
No. Mr. Nick, what's a pizza? It's the kind of pea like green peas?
I just had the terrible thought of, can you have peas as a topping on a pizza?
I've never seen it, but honestly...
I mean, if you can have corn, why not peas?
Yeah, it's like, it's not too similar to corn, is it?
No, I guess not. It's another of the cursed toppings that has to be made now.
I mean, considering what you all can have on pin, I think this is one of the least cursed ones.
It's one of the more tamed ones, you probably won't even notice it. Let's go eat one later, okay?
Well, I can kind of find a pizza dude at the shop.
It is like past 9. If you ignore the window on the left. Yeah, it's past 9. Pretty late. Most pizza shops are closed. There'd be the occasional one, but they're probably like really crap you don't want.
Yeah. Also, it's like, yeah, we're not delivering to a prison, sorry.
It's like, this is a fucking prank call. That's too bad.
Well, how about you get our minds off this stuff? We can talk about something else, okay?
Mr. Engarde, are you connected to Miss Impact's suicide note in some way? Yeah, that should have gone to Cyclog and it didn't. Right, now what?
Okay, so now you move back to criminal affairs.
Just change it out, right? No,
this will pause.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Wright, please, you have to help me. Uh-oh. Mr. Powers.
What happened? Why are you here?
You see, I got roped into this somehow.
What?
And now I'm going to testify at tomorrow's trial. So the decisive witness is Mr. Powers? How can he be a witness, though? He was right with us. I don't think he's as valid as we are.
Yeah.
I was talking with the... go on.
I was thinking like, shit, I forgot who the witness is, and then it's like, who else was in this case? Like,
But-
over your head is like, oh yeah, Will Powers.
But
He's also in here.
he's not really that relevant. But whatever, they're probably just trying to find anyone at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, they let Oldbag in, so...
Yeah, true.
I was talking with the detective until a little while ago, and I was on my way home. When all of a sudden, you there, you're under arrest, and I was brought back here. Oh. They said my face and all self in general looked suspicious or something. Okay, that's... No! You can't do that!
It's like,
What's the term?
it's profiling.
Yeah, this is profiling, you can't do that.
It's like, he also doesn't even look that suspicious. It's like, it's just a big guy with a bit of messy hair.
I mean, whatever. Well, I guess I can see how they thought you looked suspicious. He's still wearing the fucking suit from the event. How is that suspicious? I'm just a normal guy in an exercise show for kids. Is that a crime? Well, apparently it is nowadays.
Yeah.
So, about this testimony you're giving, what are you going to talk about? I really don't know yet. But it sounds like I saw something pretty important from what they tell me. You saw something important? What was it? Well, the detective told me not to talk about it. You can't tell anyone, and especially not that lawyer, he said.
Who do you think is that lawyer? The detective was talking about.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's me. Yeah, you got it.
Mr. A. I stick behind myself. You're only two Alice in this whole world. But it's alright.
Ouch. I don't really have a lot of friends, do I?
You still have Buzz.
I mean, okay, he does have friends. It's just a lot of the time they're on the opposite end of the court. This is going to do a lot of damage to Matt, you know. Because he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze image going. But what is he really like? Well, let's see. Matt's always been kind of a player with women. He would never really turn a pretty face away, if you know what I mean. He'd always say, it's just a game, to justify himself.
What? How horrible. That's unforgivable.
Sadly, it's too realistic.
Yeah.
Ow, sorry, didn't mean to offend you. But you know, he said once that there's only one person in the world who won't swoon over me. One person who won't swoon over him? His manager, you know, Miss Adrian Andrews. Why is Mr. Powers suddenly looking kind of energetic? Because he sees an opportunity.
I can see the appeal. It's like...
It's a more healthier relationship for her, that's for sure, if she does go with him.
Yeah.
Because he would actually care.
Yep.
You see, I'm actually a sucker for gossip. I mean, celebrities in their world have this dazzling sort of image, right? Dazzling sort of image? But aren't you a part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers? No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of guy, you see? I mean, okay, you are hairy, but I'm pretty sure those other two probably don't apply. Considering the career he does, he must be clean. But it's okay, really.
It doesn't look that he doesn't take care of himself. It's like,
He has
just his hair's a bit messy, but that's part of the look I feel for him. And
Yeah, but it's also like he has to maintain himself with the career he does. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't want those costumes he's in to be unsanitary, do you?
No, yeah. It's like, just look at him right now. It's like, does this guy look unsanitary? No.
Not to me, the way he's dressed. Get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of the other stars around me as things happen. Well, that's true. Oh, hey, so did you hear about this yet? About Miss Andrews' mentor and her suicide? You mean Miss Impacts?
I heard something about how her wedding was cancelled.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Thought about it a little the other day, about that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Wright, why don't you ask me about that? Go on, go ahead. Mr. Powers is so charged up, his skin is practically glowing with electricity. Hey, so, have you heard this? Celeste left a suicide note. And they say that Juan went and hid it. We heard about that in court today, but there wasn't any actual proof that she had left a note. Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. Something bad for Juan, that is.
Think bad for Mr. Corrida?
Why do you figure so? Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends. She said, "It looks like I got caught up with a truly insidious man." Truly insidious man? Did she mean Mr. Corrida by that? Well, there's no one else that fits the bill, right? And that would be reason enough for him to hide the suicide note. I see. Well, that's some good info. Thank you. You're welcome. Miss Engarde and Miss Andrews. They're both at a detention center right now. Still things I don't understand or know about, I'm sure. I have to get to the two of them to tell me everything. So we're talking to Andrews next.
Yeah.
Now then, what story do you want to hear?
Oh, it's you.
I'm sorry to be visiting at such a late hour, but there are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight.
Me? I thought your client was mad.
I'm sure Miss Andrews knows something. She can't be clueless about this secret Mr. Corrida had on Mr. Engarde. I'd like to ask you about Matt Engarde, if you don't mind.
Mr. White, you still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean.
You seem to bear a lot of resentment towards Mr. Engarde. If that's the case, then why did you become his manager? And why would you become intimate with his rival?
That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing.
About Miss Celeste Impax.
I had finally put the death behind me. And now, thanks to you, it's all coming back to the surface.
Yeah, shit like this doesn't just leave you, no matter how much you say it.
Yeah. It's like I repressed it well enough.
I still have flashes every once in a while for some fucking reason. To be fair, that applies to me with just random pieces of media, whatever. Like, for some reason, lately been having thoughts of a film I saw like ages ago. Really good one. I keep getting flashbacks to it. It's like, oh, it's so emotionally good. I keep getting emotional hits from it just from thinking about it. What the fuck?
Which one?
It was an anime movie called Wolf Children. Really good. Like, it will gut you, heartbreaking stuff, pretty much. I recommend it if you just want a really good film. I would use it to recommend people who don't like anime films in general. Be like, watch this. This will change your mind.
Yeah, and like, I don't have anything against anime, just I know this is like a whole nother rabbit hole that I'm not ready to go down because I just don't have enough time on my hands to. It's like then I would have to start watching them, and there's so many, and there's so many good ones.
I know, it's why I haven't watched any Ghibli films for that reason. It's just like, I'd rather not. Anyway. I'm sorry.
Yes, I was shocked by her suicide. And it's true that when I heard the rumor that Juan was the one who had hidden her suicide note, I began to draw close to him. I wanted to get his suicide note back and to burn it.
You wanted to burn it? But why?
I didn't want it to spread like just another piece of gossip, but never held any murderous intent towards Juan. I would never do something so stupid.
Suicide note, huh? Wonder what it said. Why did you try to frame Mr. Engarde?
simple. Because he's the killer. That's why. Isn't it the duty of every good citizens to inform the police? But there had to be another way.
The police are excellent at doing their job, so they figure it out, right?
Felix, how many times have you had to defend somebody?
Okay, they're good at doing simple cases.
Yes, they're so good at that they couldn't figure out the real truth behind Celeste's death. Miss Andrews?
Well, I know you're not the type of person to do something without a reason, so please, tell me why you did what you did.
Revenge. Did you say something just now?
Just the one? I expect a bit more from her, to be honest. Cyclock, huh?
Don't you understand yet? You're not my lawyer, to be honest. You're more like my enemy. But
I'm sure I just heard Miss Andrews say revenge. Assuming you have to use the magic tongue on her, right?
no, you cannot yet.
Well,
We have to go back to the White & Co. office.
It would be nice if there was a little menu to switch out the characters. That'd be much easier.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's my phone.
Mr. Nick, your phone!
I don't like the sound of this ringtone right now. It sounds kind of ominous. Hey? How is the Steel Samurai ominous?
Yeah. This reminds me of a joke under one of Positive's videos where he's like from Vice of Ashes, the security footage with the Blue Badger and that theme. Like, so like every time that theme is played, a murder takes place. It's like, yeah, that is my headcanon as well.
Right. He also, I think he released a video somewhat recently. He has a plush of the blue.
Yeah, exactly. That was the one I was thinking of.
He found out it has a sound button inside of it. He must have had that for a while, and it plays that fucking theme.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably just your imagination. You should really pick it up, Mr. Nick. It could be important.
I mean, it must be. They're still waiting for me to answer the phone. Hello? We've got a big problem, pal. What's wrong? I'm on my way to your office right now. Okay. Hey, wait a sec. Why is he coming here? It's terrible. I don't know what to say, pal. It's the end. I say. Oh, I got here faster than I thought. Hey. Honestly, you managed to get here because I wasn't answering the phone.
Yeah.
No time to relax now, pal. I'm confused as anything here. Well, what happened? We got him. We know who bought that spy camera.
Huh?
This quickly? And this bear is what gave them away, pal. The bear? I figured it out, pal. I figured that we should have been looking into the bear instead of the camera.
But wasn't it Mr. H. that...
Just pals. And, go on. There's only one person who bought one of those bears who's related to this crime.
Who is it? Who would be so rude as to spy on another person in their room?
Matt Engarde.
Huh?
Matt Engarde. Your client. That's who, pal. Here I thought things couldn't get any worse. Are you sure you heard right? That the person who bought this bear was... I heard it from the department store clerk, pal. This is the credit card receipt for the purchase. It's for $3,800, pal. That's an exact match for the price of that stuffed bear. Receipt? That's all you have? Nah, it's not just the receipt, pal. The store clerk said so himself. He told me, I'm sure I sold the bear to Mr. Engarde. I mean, the clerk even got Mr. Engarde's autograph out of it, pal. So I'm sure the person that bought the stuffed bear was Mr. Engarde himself. My sight is failing me. This can't be! So, what about the spy camera we found? Ah, that was a dead end, pal. I mean, you can get this kind of thing from anywhere. But for now, I guess you can give these back to you for your... Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm running. Going too fast.
Yeah.
But for now, I guess I can give these back to you for you to file away into evidence. I don't know what...
The second for you is...
Yeah,
there's
a missing apostrophe here for breathing. I need to space that word out.
Yeah, isn't the second for you? I think it's unnecessary to just say, he can give this back to you.
For filing away, not...
Yeah, I did this back to you.
I know...
You.
Grammar. We found a lot of grammatical mistakes in this game, surprisingly.
I don't think it's necessarily grammatically wrong, it's just weirdly phrased that it's throwing me off because I would say it differently.
It's one of those things where it doesn't look bad as you're reading it, but as you speak it out loud, it sounds weird. I know you don't want to give up, pal. I didn't think it was possible. The person who put the spy camera in Juan Corrido's room was Matt Engarde.
Why would Mr. Engarde do something like this?
I bet it was to catch Miss Andrews and Mr. Corrido in one of their rendezvous. My bet is not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera. Are you going to see him? Mr. Engarde, I mean. Yes.
I'm scared, Mr. Nick. I wonder what we'll find out next.
I'm scared myself, but I have to put on a good face for pearls. Matt Engarde, what in the world have you done? Alright, now we can go to the detention center.
Yeah, and now you can go to Matt Engarde.
He's already here.
You're working really late, you know. It's already past 10 PM, dude.
I think it's time you told me the truth.
Relax, don't you know that ignorance is bliss? But if you really want to know, let's talk.
I think he knows at this point. Alright, so I'm guessing...
No, you just percent.
I was just double checking, you never know. Now, let's hear what this secret of yours is. What if Mr. Corrido has been successful in his plan? What would he have disclosed?
I told you before, dude, I don't know. I don't know anything about Juan, okay? Look, Mr. White, I can keep on singing until I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any attention the whole time that night. I mean, come on, I was in the middle of a nap.
Don't lie to me.
Huh?
I know you paid close attention to Mr. Corrido, especially on that night. There we got a few things of evidence here. Yeah, we're on page 2. I'm assuming the camera?
Yeah.
But it's like the bear could also be relevant too. Someone used this camera to secretly film Mr. Corrido's room the night of the murder.
Secretly film what?
And then sent the images the camera took with this transmitter.
Wow, but dude, where was this camera you're talking about hidden?
The spy camera was hidden in this bear's eye. A bear that was supposed to be a present from a fan.
Oh. Just one had a few of those kinds of fans too, huh, dude?
Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan.
You sure, dude? Who else could it be from?
The person who gave this bear to Mr. Corrido was... Wait, I feel this is a trick answer here. I was gonna do the credit card receipt, but something tells me
Oh, you have to...
profile.
Yeah, you have to present the profile.
Yeah, there you go. It's like, I'm catching on to you, game. Mr. Engarde, don't you know this bear from somewhere?
I don't think I ever met Mr. Bear before, dude.
Of course you have. It's Smokey Bear. Who else? Oh, but he says he knows you. How could you forget such a great friend?
What else did the bear tell you?
He says that the one who put the camera in his eye was you, Mr. Engarde.
I didn't know how you would fucking cry. I would think I was in some serious trouble. Come on. This is all a joke, right, dude? You're just pulling my leg.
Looks like you're not ready to give up your secret yet.
Well, do you have any proof you want to show me first?
Here is proof that it was you who put the camera inside the bear. Right, now I can show the receipt, right?
Yeah.
I have here one credit card receipt, Mr. Engarde. It's from when you bought that stuffed bear.
Dude, you can tell from that is that it spent 3,800. I go to the department store all the time, okay?
It would also specify what you spent it on, you dumbass. That's
Yeah,
how
it's
receipts
like-
work.
Yeah. And you also spending on who it is and so on. This 3,800. This could be the toothbrush I bought at one time and just this Mass Effect feels
I was-
in the session flag.
I was gonna bring that up. You beat me to it, damn it. A $3,800 toothbrush?
I will. And it's got elephant hair for bristles.
The fuck is wrong with you, man?
Yeah, it's like, wow. That's just unnecessarily.
I get the
Take that
ivory,
shit.
but the elephant hair? It can't be that good. Oh, elephant hair? Is that what rich people use nowadays? And anyway, the store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you even gave him an autograph, did you not?
Dude, you should have said that earlier. So, can I ask you one thing?
Yes.
You're my lawyer, right, dude? So, if you're, then why are you looking into stuff like that?
Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you.
That's more like stupid lawyer talk to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay?
No, not yet. I haven't asked why you set up the camera yet. And what your secret is. Of course, it would be strictly confidential.
So, what are you going to do now?
I'm going to find out what I want to know, because I must. The reason you hid this camera in Mr. Corda's room and filmed it in secret is...
Okay.
I've got too much evidence here to pen it with.
Yeah, it's the magazine clipping.
This one?
Yeah.
Just playing it safe now.
Adrian Andrews?
There is a rumor going around that Miss Andrews and Mr. Corda were having secret meetings. You, who was keeping tabs on Mr. Corda, you were going to reveal this as fact and turn it into a scandal. Isn't that right?
Dude, you give me such a moron.
Huh?
Oh man, Mr. Lawyer, dude. That kind of scandal. That's the good stuff. That's what we in the industry call juice.
The good stuff? Juicy?
Look, we can get publicity without spending a penny with that kind of stuff. I mean, if people stop paying attention to us, then it would be the end, dude.
Too bad that wasn't your intention.
What are you talking about?
I wish your reason for spying was something so innocent, but it wasn't. You didn't spy on Mr. Corda because of Miss Andrews. And there's only one reason I could think of for you to do such a thing. The real reason you set up that camera in Mr. Corda's room was... I mean, I know the reason, but what's the game asking for?
It's the picture card.
Which... This one?
Yeah.
Why is it called a picture card? I mean, it's a card with a picture on it, but
Yeah.
it's like it's
But
not
it's
what
a-
it's not what I would
It's a
label it
calling
as.
card.
Yeah, a calling
right?
card. Yeah, that's much more relevant. Picture card just doesn't really register to me for some reason.
What is this card?
Maybe he doesn't know about this card. This is a certain man's calling card.
Seemingly games, isn't this?
Yeah. The man's name is Shelly the Killer, and I'm sure you know of him, don't you?
Kelly the Killer. That's ridiculous. Why would I know some shitty scumbag like him?
If you really don't know him, then why are you acting so jumpy all of a sudden? This is it. Finally starting to get to the truth. Can't afford to make any more mistakes now. I mean, you can, but still. This shit's getting expensive. Mr. Matt Engarde, I know why you know Mr. the Killer. It's because... You're his clone. You're a justice and a star. Wow! Since you're the one who set up that camera, that means you knew. You knew exactly what was going to happen in that room. So, how? How would you know something like that? It's because you're his client. That's why. You hired Shelly the Killer to assassinate Mr. Juan Corrida. The real mastermind behind this whole murder is... you, Matt Engarde.
And here I was trying to be a good boy for you, dude. I thought if you didn't know, you would be able to do your job without feeling bad. That's what I thought anyway.
Mr. Engarde? You really did hire?
Hold on a second. I'm gonna consult myself, okay?
What? Consult myself?
Well, I guess it's probably about time anyway.
About time for what?
I think it's time for you to meet him now, Mr. Lawyer Dude.
Oh, okay. He's just dropping all the facades.
How do you do, Mr. Lawyer? I'm Matt Engarde.
Where'd you get the glass?
The prison pocket.
Yay, got my health back. Okay, I didn't know you get your health back for doing these successfully. That's nice to know. I'm actually gonna make a safety save because of this.
Yeah, that's because that's it, yeah. Well done, Mr. White. I bet it wasn't easy to get as much information as you have.
You really... So you are Shelly the Killer's client?
You didn't really think I would tell my own head in this, did you? What do you mean? And that woman, Adrian, was quite brave herself. Trying to stick the crime on me. I didn't think she would have it in her. But all I care about is that Juan is dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer? You're lying. But terrible. It was past your bedtime, little girl. Go on and let us grown-ups talk about more adult things.
Like drinking.
Why? Where did you hide the video camera and... Everything so believes the words of others, just like that pathetic Adrian.
You knew about Miss Andrews' secret.
That I am no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all, assassins.
What?
Oh, come now, Mr. White. Assassins aren't above blackmail. They turn the clients into cash cows by holding the sinful deed over their heads. And a superstar like me, how much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess? And that's right. Yes, That's where the video comes in. It's got his face and the crimes he recorded on it, served for all time. With that, I can keep it at bay, and even play him if I want to. That's right, that video is my insurance. Isn't that what they call it, Mr. White? Would you do something so wrong? Because I am a grown-up, and I can. Enough of an answer for you, little girl.
You are anything but an adult.
Why would you, Miss Corrida? Because he was about to sling so much down onto my public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they?
This is all because of that press conference, isn't it?
If Mr. Corrida had been able to give it, then Mr. Engarde secret would have... Well, that's what we call taking advantage of the situation, you know? I had no interest in doing it really, but bit by bit, it crept on me, and the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought. And that's how Mr. Corrida ended up dead. Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone. People are slime, simply things to be used. Used and thrown away.
Oh, he's that asshole.
Not on the sweet, innocent face, and people will swallow anything you feed them. Adrian fell for it, and Assassin too. Oh, and how can I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer.
I didn't fall for it. I was forced into this position. I would have thought about it if the circumstances weren't this way.
Everyone, all working the butts off for me, Engarde. Ah, it did leave you speechless. What a shame. What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You've grown awfully quiet.
How could I have been so deceived by you all this time? When we first met, I asked if you had killed Juan Corrida. You answered very clearly that you hadn't killed anyone.
Hey now, I never told you any lies. The person who did the killing was the killer guy, right? All I'm guilty of is taking a cat nap in my room.
You killed Mr. Corrida!
I dare you to see that in court tomorrow. Oh, but too bad, you can't. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you? You could always drop my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound?
You're right, well, okay, bye. Can you imagine him doing that? Pulling that shit. Actually getting him scared because of it. It's like, oh shit, wait, he's serious. Stop, fuck!
Oh, but you can't, can you? That would be the one thing you absolutely can't do. Mr. Maya. You wouldn't want to test the killer. He's a man of his word, or so I heard. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours robbed out of you. But out of you. Out.
Yeah, another case where there should be an apostrophe right here. Need to break up the words between out and if. Yeah, rubbed out's just kill.
Yeah. Okay. There it is, bro.
You scoundrel!
So, if I were you, Mr. White, Esquire, I think I would give it all, my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win resolution.
I'll get you for this!
That's such a cliché phrase. Once it's something just like that, if memory serves. Of course, well, we all know how well things turned out for him, don't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer.
Maya, what am I supposed to do? Are you speaking?
The starting line of this case.
Oh, hey Adrian, where have you been? Yeah, that guard has not heard shit. I mean, okay, I could also put in the argument of they don't ever change the backgrounds, because right now it's night, but there's clear daylight on the window on the left there.
Yeah.
Edgeworth.
I don't care for the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct.
We need to use up this precinct station because we have not been using it.
Yeah. Well, right. What are you going to do? If you plan on changing your strategy. No! We can't do that. That's right. He's holding Maya hostage.
That would be neat to see, Adrian, but at the same time, I like the charm of the 2D style. So.
Yeah, it's like, especially with like the HD version of this, because like this looks really nice.
Yeah, it's just it feels like a redundancy pretty much. Not saying you can't do it. It's just like the games are fine as they are right now, really. I mean, I guess you get the benefit of having more expression out of them, but it's a visual novel. This is kind of the point. What should I do?
That's not something I can answer for you.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a good argument. I'll give you that one.
Yeah. It's like, wow, this is a really bright light outside of this window. Mr. Edgeworth? Right. Only you can decide where to go from here.
Forgot about the alternate costumes. They added that in the 3DS tiles for some reason. Even though I'm pretty sure the majority of the games, you're not seeing Phoenix until you're in the courtroom. They gave him some outlandish costumes, by the way. Like, do you want to see Phoenix in a full samurai getup? Because they gave him that.
Yes. And I also want him to have like the exact same outfit as Edgeworth. 1 year ago, at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was. That is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. Felt that I couldn't stand in the court of law until I knew who the prosecutor really was. And now, right, it's your turn.
My turn?
What is this thing called a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer, and you must find it on your own.
I'm a lawyer, but to fight for someone who is clearly a killer... Engarde. That man is really... Ah!
It doesn't matter who. Every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the base of our justice system?
It's judicial.
Judicial.
Words, am I right?
Yeah.
Proper defense? But what exactly is that? Is it where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets an acquittal through shouting and trickery?
Ironic that you of all people should say such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you have fought for your clients up until now?
Well, that may be true, but that's because I believed my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. But if I were to get Engarde an acquittal, that isn't a proper defense at all. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. Just don't know what to do!
Why would you get a hold of yourself? You have it all wrong.
Wait, hang on. Sorry, Adrian, you can't just bring that up. I don't recall this.
It's like, I know of one person who got executed.
I don't remember Von Karma being executed, though.
Met them yet, yeah.
I don't recall Von Karma being executed. Am I blanking out on this? We have to research on this.
Yeah.
Huh?
We aren't some sort of heroes. You're only human, you and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say?
Okay, I'm assuming this might be just a translation thing. They might have just glossed over this detail, Adrian. Like, it's very possible they just kind of skipped that detail, realistically, just to avoid some form of censor or some bullshit. I'll believe you, for the time being.
Okay, and apparently Phoenix mentions it to Francisca that when
Okay.
Karma is dead.
I must have blanked out on this detail.
Yeah, but they also don't explain it, clearly spell it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought he was arrested. That was it. Sentence for life.
Yeah. You are a defense attorney. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do.
People like you and Francisca Von Karma are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, and even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict for a man I clearly know to be guilty.
Francisca, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is a perfect win record. That's all. It's not perfect anymore.
It's so not. And? Isn't that the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You are so petty. I am very weak. Doesn't take much to knock him out either.
Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken.
What do you...
Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect record were meaningless. What?
I don't believe you. Are you saying that is why you left the prosecutor's office? But then, why? Why are you here now?
The answer to that is something you will find out on your own. Have faith you will see it, but the verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of the story.
Oh god.
Mr. Nick, the transceiver!
I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Now then, Mr. Attorney, do you wager you can obtain an acquittal tomorrow? My. What is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time. Tell me, please, why are you holding Myers hostage for Mr. Engarde's sake? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer?
Right.
Please don't misunderstand things. He is my client. Don't toy with me! A man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer himself! I believe you are asking me for a reason as to why I'm doing what I am. Yeah. This is what I like to call my aftercare. The heck is aftercare? My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my handiwork. That is what is called client relations. It's part of an assassin's duty. An assassin's duty? We were unlucky this time, and my client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney, and to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end. What is your name? I believe I told you once before. However, did, but my name is Killer. Shelley the Killer.
You are Shelley the Killer?
Please keep in mind you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As a killer, I always finish what I sent out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain, Maya! It would be my duty as an assassin to see it she receives a nice long nap.
Basinga!
That might be why.
No!
Now then, if you'll excuse me, if someone were to trace the signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome.
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! I don't know what to say.
Edgeworth!
Huh?
Did you hear that? At the end of the transmission.
Huh. Oh, that. It sounded like a cat. A cat?
Can't be. A cat. Can it?
What is it?
I know where Shelley the Killer is holding Maya hostage! Edgeworth, have all police units head for Engarde Mansion immediately!
Alright. You hurry over as well then.
Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun.
Yeah!
Yeah, shit, we gotta move. We gotta get to the hotel first.
Yeah.
They couldn't just make an extra fucking button for this.
Like, this really kills the pacing.
Maya!
Please answer us. Mystic Maya! We have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape. Assuming he's still in the area.
Can't believe it. That butler. All this time, he was the killer.
He and Engarde were working together all this time. And you're the head worked out a contingency plan ahead of time.
Anything different is this little thing here.
Oh, it's a figurine of a bear. But there are a lot of cats in it for some reason.
A bear? Isn't that more of a thing for Mr. Corrida? Why would something like this be here?
Right. Look down. This little pet door installed here. Ah, I'm sure that's for sure.
Do you think that this came through that little door?
This door, it's locked.
Well, I'm pretty used to breaking down doors by now. Let's go, Edgeworth. Ah, not my shoulder. Ah, there's no one here.
From the looks of this room, I would say this is Engarde's private launch. Look at this, right?
Antenna for sending and receiving radio signals, and a VCR. Check inside the deck. If there's a tape, it would be an important piece of evidence. We're lucky. They'll have the moment the crime was committed recorded on it.
I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found. No. But there's no mistake that someone used this to record something.
Yeah, pirate media. I mean, come on, it's that particular era, isn't it?
Yeah. It looks like someone took the tape. We are looking for an escape with it.
Not sure what to
You can
examine.
just move to the van.
Oh,
So,
okay.
hello.
Oh, whatever. He searched all over, but it looks like he got away.
I am sorry. It looks like you slipped out of her grasp this time.
Now, lost our only lead.
Don't give up yet. The little girl is looking to you to be her pillar.
Yeah, you're right.
You're close, I can tell. We've already set up checkpoints along every route leading out of this district. The rest of us.
Maya. This looks like a picture of Miss Impax. With love, Celeste.
In fact, you mean
Yes, Mr. Corder's former manager.
I will the picture of Miss FX be in stage?
I'm gonna have to stop you there. You're starting robotic right now. Signal's gone weird.
It's looking about
Oh god, it's terrible. Just gonna give it a second.
I think it's a Discord issue.
Keep talking. It might be clearing up.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, you're audible, but let me just. For fuck's sake, we're so close. Hang on, let me.
I think we just power through this.
Oh no, I think it's fixed itself now. Thanks, Discord, you piece.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I
Okay.
can hear you well now.
Try again.
It should be better now, right?
Yeah, you're fine now. Just reread the sentence.
Okay. Why would the picture of Miss Impax be here in Mr. Engarde's mansion?
Why does it say with love? This might be a clue. What's wrong, Pearls?
Please let me see the picture frame.
Huh? What's so special about the frame?
On the back, there's something written on the back of the frame.
Isn't that like everyone's instinct whenever they picture up a picture frame? So it's like, let me just quickly check the back.
Yeah, it's like Maya. It's Mystic Maya. She left us a message.
What?
I thought you'd come. I knew you would come. Now listen up. You better get Engarde the guilty sentence, okay? You get that creepy slapback and not guilty. I'll never forgive you. Ever. I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left.
Or page space.
Charlie, you're there too, right? Make sure you help me, okay? Someone's gotta watch out for the tablet slang. That's it for now, Nick. Guess I'll talk to you guys later. That's no! Mystic Maya! Right. What's wrong? Why the blank stare?
Oh, nothing.
We've searched the house, and this is the last room. It looks like he eluded us.
Edgeworth,
Yes.
as far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm going to get. But I'm still short one last thing.
And what is that?
It's Andrew's Psycholock. If I could just find out what secret she's holding, I think I stand a chance in court tomorrow. Blow this case wide open and expose the truth.
I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center.
Thanks, Edgeworth. Well, let's go, Pearls. It's time to open that last lock. Oh, now it does it conveniently for us.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. White. What's wrong? You look ill.
Miss Andrews, I've come to remove your Psycholock.
Lock?
Want to know. You will tell me. Secret.
Fine, go ahead. Let it brief me, if you can.
Alright, that brings out a baseball bat.
Felix, no!
What? Is the only way to make her talk? Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Engarde for the murder?
I already told you countless times. It's because I thought that was the killer.
No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Engarde. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge.
So you're saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt. That's why. It's an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for.
Miss Andrews, a woman who lives by being dependent on other people. There's something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge.
No, it's not the photo you just got, because that would be way too easy. Present her profile instead.
What? Adrian's profile or?
No, Celeste.
Celeste's
Sorry.
Okay, they caught us off guard earlier.
Celeste.
There's only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings and even revenge. That is Miss Impact's suicide.
What are you trying to say? This was Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who did the suicide note was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt?
You're right. You haven't mentioned him yet. But for you to hate Mr. Engarde would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impacts and her suicide.
Can you explain to me this relation between Celeste and Matt?
This is the photo now, right?
Yeah.
This is a photo of Miss Impacts, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impacts' handwriting, isn't it?
Where did you find this? Oh, that's alright. It was a rhetorical question.
Yeah, it is. I found this at Mr. Engarde's mansion.
And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. Celeste, you were supposed to get married to Ron.
Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out.
Because Mr. Corrida didn't want to get married to her anymore, right? Yes, because of Matt. Because of Mr. Engarde? What do you mean?
I think I can see where this is going.
Celeste. Just met manager a long time ago. He was the happiest woman in the world at that time. I was working part-time back then and often saw the two of them together.
Oh, that's why. It's the exact same fucking picture. They just snipped it up.
Yeah.
Love, Celeste, is written on the frame of that picture.
They were a couple, weren't they? It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used. Toyed with until she was thrown away. That's so horrible. Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste and her kindness moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that is where she met Ron. Seemed really happy with him. Even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Ron were such a good match. They were even planning to get married. And then it was suddenly called off. On the night Ron called the marriage off, Celeste killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and for myself. I'm sure even you can guess why Ron called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Ron about his relationship with Celeste.
Let's see how that's a reason to, call off a wedding. I mean, I kind of get it, but honestly, that shouldn't really matter.
Yeah, because you got lost. Yeah, it shouldn't matter, but...
Like, if you actually cared, it shouldn't matter. People get in
Yeah.
relationships. It happens.
Yeah, it's like, you're...
Weakest ass excuses I've ever heard.
Like, you're likely not the first partner of, your partner, and that's usually also a good thing because figuring relationships out takes time as well. But yeah, absolutely right.
See, so that's what happened.
But you might have missed the Creed to have to call off the wedding. Don't understand at all.
Neither do I, Pearl. It's just as baffling.
Yeah. It was probably because of his worthless male pride.
Oh, it's always the male pride, isn't it?
Ron and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Ron.
Shouldn't... Okay, this is wrong, but shouldn't Juan take an advantage of that? It's like, take that. I managed to take a woman that refused you. Fuck you. Like, you could have weaponized it, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
That would have been more reason to marry her.
Yeah. It's like, it's also wrong, but he could have done that as well. He was aiming for when it would hurt Ron the most. Well, Miss Impacts. That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left the suicide note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds and so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. And when Rand discovered her body, he hid her note. But why would he do that? It's simple. Ron realized the note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Ron sought revenge.
Revenge? What's that word again?
Ron wanted to publicly disclose the contents of that suicide note. At the time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course.
And that was at the press conference after the stage show.
I know all about it because I heard it all from Huan. It was so I could find out about all this that I drew close to Huan to begin with. Quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they?
Well, one of them is, the other one is Justice.
Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in the game. I mean, Huan is absolutely not as bad as Matt, but
His method of how he was going to do it was definitely not the way it should have been done.
yeah, it's like he also could have just let it go at some point. But,
Or at least gone to the police and just confessed to it. No.
That night when they found Huan's body, it was only natural that they thought the murderers met. Those two were always spying on each other, after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I even brought a lighter. But I couldn't find the suicide note. And that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring to them my own kind of full revenge. Let's just kill with those two monsters. And when I stabbed Ron's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. And that's all I have to say.
You know you're equally as guilty as those two are, right? Like you're not better than that.
Well, Mr. White, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man?
I'm a lawyer.
I see. What a fall profession.
I haven't finished talking. Thank you very much for your time and for talking with me.
It was no big deal. Couldn't sleep anyway.
Can't sleep either. Not with my situation. Or with what I know now.
Ah. I mean, they're all messed up to a degree.
Everyone's messed up! Right. We're at the tail end of the game. We're really close now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I forgot how good this case is. We're not even done yet.
Not even done yet. We still... Right, we got the trial part. We're at the very end. But I get the feeling this is probably going to be split into 2 streams, unfortunately. The difficult part is knowing where we should be stopping, because it's going to be hard to pace out.
I mean, it's 2 parts again, so we can just see how long the first one takes us.
Yeah, the difficult part is just knowing where part 2, how long that will be. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, that will do for streams. Check back tomorrow. More Ace Attorney. We're really close to the end. Either 1 or 2 streams, it depends on the pacing and how we feel. Till then, bye all.
Bye.
There'll be no more fucking delays, I swear to God!
Also, you thought this would be a quick
I did not.
investigation.
I did. You. Save the game.